Hello there. Here we are with issue 29. I know it's hard to read, but there you go. Issue 29. And this issue, we're going to talk about the A-Wing Starfighter. Yeah, that should be cool. We're going to talk about major trade routes. Yep, that might be cool. More major trade routes. Oh, combat techniques. Stages of engagement. That should be cool. And we're going to get into this part here, and here's our parts that we're going to get. So we have one hull frame, and that is B34. That's, if you can read that, I need to go around this way, I don't know, one of those ways. B34. We have the ring in question. Now the interesting thing is this ring, where's the numbers on it? That's on the outside, I believe. Yeah, right here. There we go. So you can see it says BF09 and TF09. So basically, there's two rings that are identical and they can be used either way. We have some screws, both the black and the silver, and we have one piece of a rib. So I'm just going to set those off to the side here. And as you can imagine, we're not going to do a whole lot on this issue. But what we are going to do is we are going to mount this ring. So that's pretty cool. So one of the things also we're going to do, you can only see part of it, is I've purchased a backing plate paper thing. So how high we can raise this up. So you can only see, you can see all the way around there, and then we'll expand this way. You can see the far end of the desk there. Far end of the desk over there. And so you can see this is, the size of this is 36 by 48. So I needed to get something big because this is 24. Actually, it's not. It's sorry. It's 24 inches wide by 36 inches long. If you open it all the way up, it's 48 by 36. So in this configuration, it's 24 by 36. The Falcon itself ends up being like 22 inches wide or something like that. And so we needed something that was going to be plenty long. This is double-sided. What this is it opens up as like a display thing for like kids science fair stuff and whatever. So that's what I'm going to use. So I brought out issue 27 because this is going to show us the orientation on how this goes together. Now it's important to try to figure out, since I put all of these pieces together in one shot, I had to try to figure out where they go and the orientation, because these are the sides and they kind of jut down a little bit. But then there's also this part here, this tunnel here. See if I can get over here. So right through here, there's a tunnel piece. And so that's where the front part kind of comes up, and there's like, it looks like a mouth at the front of the Falcon. Then you got the mandibles on either side. That's this part here. And back here is where the engines are. So I have this orientated correctly. And the reason I need to get that done is because this is, where the cockpit's going to be, and then out here is where the mandibles are. So I need to make sure I orientate this correctly to fasten it down. Otherwise, the mandibles will be pointing in the wrong direction. So we have all of that, and I got myself some double-sided tape, and we're going to plow through this. Hopefully this works well. If not, I always thought it should have. All right. I don't know if you're supposed to be able to put this thing on some sort of, so I got this clear Gorilla Glue mounting tape. I should probably get something to cut this with. That would be advantageous. Give me 1 second. Well, it didn't take very long. I actually had what I needed right here. I got my knife. I can use that. Okay, so what I'm going to do, so it's double-sided. I think what I'm going to do first is attach it to the bottom of this. And I'm just going to do this in strips because it'll be easier to work with. So I'll just use my knife, cut through this without slicing the crap out of myself. That's the important part, and also the most difficult. All right. So, second here. There we go. I was running out of headphone cord. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to attach this like that, and then when I get all this attached on, I'll peel the other side off. Seem reasonable? I thought so. There we go. There's the last one. And then we can just stick it down. Now, it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. I don't really care if it's perfect. I just want it pointing in generally the right direction because I need it to make sure that it supports everything to the front. That's going to be important. So I need that. So I can already tell that this tape is just going to end up catching everything. Just going to push it down so I have good contact all the way around. There we go. There we go. We have our big monster piece. And here we have our ring. I don't know if there's a special. It's keyed. So, let's break out. Let me show you the key. See right there? It's keyed. So, boy, that camera's up there in the air. Let's break this out. See what it says. Take the turret ring provided with this issue, part 5, and the frame assembly from stage 27 to fit them together. You also need 14 short black button head screws. Yeah, we have that. Okay, so here it's showing the key and then the notch. And here's my notch right here. See the notch right there? Awesome. All right, so I'm just going to raise this up just high enough so you can see this thing here. And slide that around, something like that. And we're about ready to get our screw on. Ha! Not quite like getting a freak on. And in this situation, we are definitely going to need that screwdriver. Okay. So I already had, this issue did come with some black screws as you saw, but I already had a bunch, which you also just saw. So I'm going to use the bunch that I already have. That way I don't have to open anything up. I'm just going to read this real quick. Line the turret ring with the inner circle, noting which way up the turret ring goes. Well, that should be fairly simple. Notch on the edge of the turret ring. Yep, join the turret ring to the frame by inserting screws all the way around. Make sure the ends of the ribs are located in the notches under the joints inset. Right, so let me show you this. So you can see right here where those ribs come in, there's these notches. And the end of the ribs, maybe I can show you. Nope, can't show you with that one. I'd be able to show you if I had an extra one. So the end of the ribs has a little, let's see if I can come down here close enough. All right, so here you can see you kind of look stepped right there. So you can see right here there's a step, and that's the little part that goes in that notch. So hopefully that all makes sense for you guys. All right, let's get back to doing what we got to do. Okay, so I'm going to kind of treat it like I do a wheel on putting lug nuts on a wheel. I'm gonna get them started, snug them down slightly, and then I'm going to skip some and do some others. So that should allow things to kind of gradually kind of come together. And then after we get through it all and get some of these put together, then the rest of them should come together a lot easier. Well, there we go. So that is the end of this issue. One of the things I'm going to do, let me zoom back out a little bit. One of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of these, the plating off. They're not screwed in, all that kind of stuff. I've been debating whether or not to paint them and get them masked and primed and all that. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. It's going to be a lot of work to make it happen, but as long as the weather's good, I would really like to make that happen. So I'm going to try to get that done sooner rather than later. So one of the problems with doing that is all of these spots where it pokes up through is going to be extra tight. So I'll probably have to clean them all up after the fact, which will be annoying. And I'm sure that's why there's quite a few people that don't do that. But I'm going to do it because I've seen somebody else do it, and it seems to work as far as doing the light blocking and all that kind of stuff. But there you go. What do you guys think? I can tell you one thing. It makes this whole thing a lot stiffer. So that's always a good thing. All right, so in the next issue, we'll get more of this. Huh. We're going to get 2 more pieces of framework, 1 more piece of the hull plating, the rest of the rib that I showed you tonight, the bracket from the middle, and a bunch more screws. So that should be fun and exciting. All right, hopefully you guys enjoyed this and it wasn't too terribly boring. I'm excited because I have a nice sturdy spot for this now. I can pick this up, move it around, don't have to worry about it. And likewise, this whole thing is a lot sturdier and I don't have to worry about it getting bent and warped and all that kind of stuff. So I'm pretty excited about that. All right, guys, thank you very much for watching, and may the force be with you always.